Hey you guys, this is Allie with Perception Traders, author of The Perception Diet, and today I want to talk to you about play and pleasure. So, okay, before I start this video, I want to say I am just like you, okay? I'm just like most people. I am not coming to you saying I've totally mastered play and pleasure and that I have spent my whole life just like following my bliss and doing what worked for me and just having fun, and life has just been easy for me because I'm just like loving everything so much. I want to say that I was the exact opposite of that, okay? And I have come from a background where I fully and completely, wholeheartedly, with everything that I had, believed that success only came through hard work, and that getting what I wanted was going to be a struggle, and that the harder I worked, the more I was worth, and that play and pleasure and doing fun things or whatever was a waste of time and I wasn't deserving of it, and blah 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 blah, and I had all these stories. So before I just get started, I just want you to understand that I'm not coming to you as someone who's like I say, just like played my whole life and just like followed my bliss and never struggled, because I'm not. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, if I can get to this place, you can get to this place. So don't think that just because I'm here that I've always been here. Not true, okay? So I just wanted to kind of preamble my video with that I'm just like you. I come, or maybe you're even more advanced than I am in this, that play and pleasure was not something that came naturally to me in my adult life, and it's something that I've had to relearn, and it is relearnable, okay? So there we go. So, play and pleasure are literally the most important tools you have for success in your life, okay? And as I said to you, I learned this the hard way. But there are a few very, very good and very, very important reasons why play and pleasure are so valuable for your success in this life. So the first thing that I want you to understand about play and pleasure is that when you are engaging in play and pleasure, when you are engaging in activities that feel like play, that feel like fun, that feel like joy, that feel like you can do them for hours, and you look at the clock and you're like, holy crap, it's been 5 hours, I need to go pee, I forgot to eat. What you are doing is, first things first, you are connecting yourself with your highest self. That's literally what you're doing. Like, there's no other, like, I don't know, I could say it in a less woo-woo way, but this is just the kind of nuts and bolts of it. You are connecting yourself with your higher self every single time you engage in play, okay? And this is essentially the most important key for figuring out what you're supposed to do here, and what your next path is, and what your next step is, and what your dreams are, and what your passion is, and all of these things, is that by connecting yourself with that higher version of you on a more regular basis, okay, the more you are going to act from that place, the more you are going to live from that place, the more you're going to make choices from that place. And isn't that what we all want? We all want to be making choices from our highest self, because we know that when we are acting from our highest self, we are following our highest path, and this leads to the highest level of fulfillment, the highest level of love, the highest level of vibration that we could possibly be at. And so I know that there are so many people out there who think that you need to like struggle and strive and do these practices and eat a perfect diet and do all of these things to like get yourself spiritually clean and pure and in alignment so that you can live this like high life. But the truth is that, like, the harder you're working and not enjoying it, the harder you're working and it's like work for the sake of work, and the harder you're pressing forward and just putting forth all this effort, the farther away you're getting from your goal of living your highest life, okay? Because the thing you need to understand is that as human beings, we were programmed for pleasure, and that was for a very good reason. We were programmed for pleasure because pleasure is the key warning sign that you're on your right path. So here's what I mean by that. Someone might find a ridiculous amount of pleasure in building bridges, okay? So it might just be like the most just infatuating thing to sit there and like plan and draw and measure and weigh and like do all the math and blah 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 and like make bridges. And it's just so awesome and so fun for that person to do that. Whereas like I would walk into the room and make a bridge and be like, oh my god, I would rather stab my eye out with a dull blunt something. And right? And so this is the thing, that building bridges, not my path. And I could work really, really hard, okay? If maybe I had this idea that like being a bridge engineer was like the greatest thing on the planet, and I could work really hard and I could apply myself and I could put forth all this effort and try really, really hard, and I probably have like 50% of the success of the person who just freaking loves building bridges. Because the thing is that because they are so passionate about it, because they are so interested in it, because they love it so much, they're going to maintain it and retain information so much better than I am as someone who doesn't love building bridges. They're going to be willing to put in all these extra hours that I'm not going to be willing to put in. They're going to be so much more efficient and have so many more ideas and be open to so much more inspiration because they're connected to their joy while they're building bridges, where I'm just going to be like barely eking out what the textbook tells me I should be doing. Right? Because I'm not connected to my higher inspiration while I'm building bridges because I don't love it, where that person is, okay? So connecting to play connects you with your highest self, because when you are connected with your highest self, you know because you are feeling pleasure, okay? So even if you're connecting to pleasure and play in a way that has nothing to do with your career or nothing to do with your spirituality or nothing to do with your relationship, it's not looking like it's serving any of these kind of areas of your life that you want to be serving. What you need to understand is, say you love rollerblading. Okay, so like rollerblading is just like so much fun for you. You just love to rollerblade. You love to get out there. You love to like go by the water or whatever it is that you do while you're rollerblading. And it's just like so enjoyable for you. And you might think like, oh, I should be studying my textbook. I should be doing whatever. But the thing is that if you take time to go rollerblade, okay, and you connect with that part of you that is like totally in love with rollerblading and really feeling joy and pleasure while you're rollerblading, you're going to have inspiration, okay, for whatever it is that you should have been studying. You're going to get ideas for your business. You're going to get ideas for how to be healthier. You're going to get ideas for how to build better relationships. Because again, you're connecting with your higher self, and it's not like it's this incremental thing that you're connecting with your higher self when you're rollerblading, so it's all about rollerblading. It's like when you connect with your highest self, it's everything that you need. All that inspiration is there. It's not compartmentalized. Okay? So this is why engaging in pleasure and engaging in play on a regular basis is the most productive thing that you can do. So you're running your own business and you want to just like work and work and work and work and work. Okay, you don't play, you're not going to be inspired. You're going to burn yourself out, and you are going to get to a place where you resent your work and you resent everything because you are not connecting with your inspiration. You're not reconnecting with the reason of why you're doing your business in the first place, which is because it's something you thought was going to fulfill you. It's something you thought was going to bring you pleasure and going to bring you joy, because again, it will. It should. It is your highest path. But the thing is, if you're not connecting to your joy on a regular basis, if you're not connecting with pleasure, you're disconnecting yourself from your higher self. Okay? You're disconnecting yourself from all of the places where every amazing idea and every amazing inspiration and all the energy that you need to do what you're here to do comes from. Okay? So when you connect it to play and pleasure, even if it's nothing to do with your career or your life or whatever, you literally line yourself up to be available for the kind of choices that lead you to living your highest life. And this is the bottom line. Play and pleasure line you up to make the kind of choices that align with your highest life, okay? When you are working really hard and struggling and striving and everything is difficult and nothing is enjoyable and nothing is fun, everything is just hard, and you're striving and working and just pushing through barriers all the time, you are connecting to more and more of that. You are connecting to more struggle. You're connecting to more barriers. You're connecting to more hardship. So in your business, If you just work and work and work and work and it's all work, no play, you continue to connect with all work, no play, right? And that's going to keep you small. You're not going to be open to the idea that blows your business up to be huge, because you're not connected to that part of yourself that would have that kind of answer. If you're struggling with your diet and you are just constantly reminding yourself how far away from your goal you are and how shitty you feel and how gross this is and how hard it is and blah, 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 and you never connect to your joy, you're never going to be open to the idea that's going to lead you to actual freedom and actual joy in your body, okay? You need to connect to pleasure, connect to play, connect to that part of you that has fun, that is timeless, that is effortless, in order to get the inspiration to lead you to your best life. Okay, so this is why play and pleasure is so important. It's not a waste of time. It is absolutely the most important and imperative thing that you can do. And no, you won't get sucked into this life where all you want to do is have fun and all you want to do is play and you know, just smoke and drink and get rid of all your money and end up on the street. That's not what happens. Because again, when you're connecting with your highest self, which is what you're doing when you're in true pleasure that doesn't have pain associated with it, you are connecting with the highest part of yourself, okay? And that's always going to lead you to doing the things that are good for you. Always. Okay, so even if you think your highest pleasure right now is to eat chocolate cake, if you just let yourself do that for a little while and just like feel what it feels like, eventually, right? No guilt. You just allow yourself to enjoy the pleasure of that chocolate cake. You will probably eat a couple of bites, or maybe you'll have a couple of pieces, and then eventually be like, this doesn't actually feel that good. So what would feel better, right? And it will lead you down this road of maybe you'll have chocolate cake every once in a while in your overall healthy lifestyle, and you'll feel so much better. And that's because you allowed yourself to connect with that pleasure, and then you went forward, right? You keep going with it. And that is what connects you with what you need to do here on this planet, okay? The people that run themselves into the ground are the ones that aren't connecting with their pleasure, okay? So they may be doing self-destructive behaviors that seem pleasurable in the moment, but that's not true pleasure. That's not true play. That's self-destruction. That's a totally different thing, okay? So what you need to understand is that when you connect to pleasure, you connect to your highest self. And when you connect to your highest self, you connect with the inspiration and the ideas and the whatever that leads you to live your highest, best life. So connecting with pleasure, connecting with play is the best way to get on your path, the best way to fulfill your life's destiny and your life's purpose, and to have the most just fulfilling life possible. Is because you're going to be connected with your inspiration there, okay? And then follow that. Follow the inspiration. See where it leads you. But don't keep trying to beat the dead horse of work and struggle and strife, because really you keep doing things that align you with struggle and strife and work and hard work that isn't enjoyable, that isn't fun, that isn't in connection with what you really want to be doing and your pleasure. You just keep doing things like that, and it will keep you down. It won't serve you, okay? So that's my take on pleasure and play. It connects you with your highest self, and it's the most important thing you'll ever do. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Like, subscribe, find me on Facebook, Perception Trainers, Instagram, Urban Fruit Bat, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.